Then I took a smidge and applied it down there.
One of the persistent rumours that has dogged Harry's wife for a long time is the suggestion that she was a yacht girl. This also segues into questions about her having a prior relationship with Prince Andrew, see Parts Passing, where I've explored that, and also having connections to the deceased paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. This rumour about Harry's wife, of course, is a most murky one. And in order to examine the likelihood that she was one, we need to look at, is this something that a narcissist of her sub-school would engage in, and also her cadre? What a yacht girl is, and to look at whether her personality and character fits with that, and also, of course, any evidence that supports that she engaged in this. What is yachting? Well, Stylist magazine, in an article by Amy Beecham, explained that yachting is about more than being paid to party. It's Hollywood's murkiest open secret. It's been happening for decades, but ambitious young women continue to be endangered in the pursuit of fame. Now, that, of course, immediately fits with Harry's wife. She exhibits ambition. Not ambition to build an empire through honest labour, but ambition subconsciously to pursue the prime aims. She wants to be able to control as many people as she possibly can, and thus draw fuel from them, acquire those character traits, and of course lots of residual benefits. Her ambition is to make a pile of money and be hugely well known. Now, ordinarily, you might say, it's not for me, but essentially there's nothing wrong with doing that. And indeed, dependent on where you sit on the moral divide, you will have a view about it. However, pursuing this ambition of getting fame and money means that an individual such as Harry's wife would indeed be susceptible to the easy route that could be afforded through the world of yachting. Yachting is one of the entertainment industry's biggest open secrets, with A-list stars, including models, actors, and royalty, being rumoured to have been involved in yachting during their careers. If you're unfamiliar with the term, yachting is used to describe the practice of being paid to spend time and be pictured with wealthy clients, often aboard mega yachts. It is considered a popular formula for it girls and rising stars to raise their profile. Thus, for Harry's wife, engaging in this would make her more prominent, enable her to expand her connections, which might, for instance, allow her greater opportunities in the field that she once worked of acting. It might have perhaps exposed her to connections that could be utilised for enhancing the TIG. And, of course, it allows the simple transaction of making money. Yachting, however, has a murky underbelly of sexual exploitation, coercion, and trafficking. According to the podcast I Know I Sound Crazy, hosted by Aisling Galloway, aspiring actors and models, as well as those already in the industry who want to raise their profiles, often enter into yachting with the goal of making connections. While yachting, they gain access to exclusive surroundings and social notoriety through the wealthy or famous men they accompany. Leeching off another individual in this way, of course, is something that is second nature to a narcissist, and we all know that Harry's wife is one. Accordingly, being able to acquire those character traits from the people that the narcissist is with, to gain access to exclusive surroundings, which gives a sense of superiority and accords with the narcissist's view of themselves, and access to networks is another residual benefit. Galloway explains that women are often recruited by their co-stars or other yacht girls and take the work, believing it to be a modelling or acting job. But in reality, what appears to be getting paid to party and be pictured with wealthy businessmen actually blurs the line between perfectly legal and mutually beneficial relationships and speculated sexual solicitation. The term yachting gained media traction back in 2013 when the Hollywood Reporter published an investigation into the culture at the Cannes Film Festival, claiming models and even some Hollywood actors swarmed the hotels and yacht parties during the festival. Women installed on yachts in Cannes during the film festival are called yacht girls, and the line between professional prostitutes and B or C-list Hollywood actresses and models who accept payment for sex with rich older women is sometimes very blurred, a veteran of the film industry told journalist Dana Kennedy at the time. Accordingly, swarming these yacht parties are professional prostitutes, but also actresses. What was Harry's wife? An actress. She wasn't a prominent one. She would be deemed to be described as the struggling actress, and therefore with bills to pay and wanting to make money, therefore it's an environment that would appeal to her, leaving aside, of course, what her narcissism seeks. Elie Nahas, who ran a Beirut-based modelling agency before being arrested on charges of running a prostitution ring in 2007, stated, "You definitely recognise more than a few names from Hollywood. These are actresses who made bad career choices and fell off the radar. They tell themselves what they're doing at Cannes is okay, that they're just on dates with rich men, when the reality is they're doing what prostitutes do, but they like the money." That self-delusion, of course, can occur outside of a narcissist, but invariably, such a level of self-delusion would be more common with a narcissist. Nahas was later convicted of supplying more than 50 women of various nationalities to rich Middle Eastern clients during the festival, and we'll be hearing more about Harry's wife's involvement with rich Middle Eastern clients in due course. It's been around for a long, long time, and is a common factor in many different industries, but particularly in entertainment, a popular culture expert who wished to remain anonymous explained. They agree that yachting is often displayed most prominently at events like Cannes. You might see people on the red carpet and have no idea who they are, but there's a reason why they're being elevated. They're being seen, but so is the person who invited them there. The expert claims that the strategic elevation of people, particularly women, is something they've seen firsthand in the industry. You often see someone with 1 million followers, always travelling and being pictured on a private jet, and you think, well, how are they doing that? Where are they going and who with? The practice was broached by model Emily Ratajkowski in her 2021 memoir, My Body, where she detailed being paid $25,000 at the start of her career to go to the Super Bowl with disgraced Malaysian financier Joe Low, who just liked to have famous men and women around. In an interview with the Sunday Times, Ratajkowski said, "I was on the clock and was unaware about what was expected of her during the date. She told the paper that she had been unsure of why she was there, how long she had to stay, and who her agent had to check with at the end of the night to find out whether she could leave." She explained that she would be invited to restaurants by club promoters whose job, it seems, was to bring attractive women together for high-profile events. "I'd only spent a handful of nights in clubs, but I knew that I didn't particularly enjoy them. I didn't like the music they played, or how drinks spilled on my bare legs, or how someone always seemed to be groping me," she writes. In one instance, she recounts being taken on an all-expense-paid luxury trip to Coachella Festival, alongside 14 other young models. Highlighting the grey territory and power imbalances that come with yachting, the culture expert explains that it's all smoke and mirrors, and the practice will always stay very mysterious. However, greater awareness is being raised surrounding the dangers associated with yachting. Conversations are finally starting to be had about the fact that sexual abuse and exploitation are endemic in society, and the information published around the sexual exploitation of young women and girls in Cannes is probably only the tip of the iceberg of what is taking place. Every story I've heard about yachting is negative. Every girl has some kind of trauma afterwards. That provides you with a backdrop of the environment, but there's more. in terms of people who have been involved in this. There is a suggestion of various Hollywood individuals who have been involved in this. And, as mentioned, Emily Ratajkowski explained she was involved, but also there's been suggestions that Canadian actress Vanessa Lengies was involved, and that this included Naya Rivera and Heather Morris that introduced her to yachting. That Ratajkowski also suggested that other individuals have been involved, and she posted a video back in 2017 potentially outing Bella Hadid and Hailey Bieber as yacht girls as they danced aboard a yacht during that year's Cannes Film Festival. The article also makes reference to the fact that people have accused Harry's wife of yachting, and has pointed to old photos of Harry's wife on a yacht as proof that she is a former yacht girl. It's also been suggested that she, as a former actress, was available to rent. It was stated by a post of Yacht Girl, if you see a B actress post scantily clad photos of themselves on social media, this is often a com to them that this person is available to rent for a weekend of yachting, typically worth $30,000 for the party. And then references Harry's wife. Harry's wife's close friendship pre-Harry with actress Priyanka Chopra has also led to some guess that Chopra once yachted as well. Accordingly, various rumours swirl around about who has been involved in yachting, which includes the suggestion that it involves Harry's wife also. That sets the scene, therefore, in terms of what it is, the environment that it generates, and some disclosures about the type of people that are involved in it. But would a narcissist be involved in something like yachting? Well, the short answer is absolutely. Why would that be? Well, of course. The main one is money. That is a huge residual benefit. Not only is Harry's wife, as a somatic narcissist, greedy when it comes to the issue of money, but also she would fall into the category, as I mentioned earlier on, of being a struggling actress. And therefore, with a lifestyle that she wants to have, with bills that have to be paid, all of that requires money. And there would be a combination of her narcissism driving her to try and make money whatever way she could, as a consequence of needing it to fund that lifestyle, but also just to lay her hands on it because of the other benefits that a narcissist receives from gaining money. Harry's wife is a somatic narcissist. One of the key aspects of a somatic narcissist is the use of sex. Read my book, Sex and the Narcissist, to understand more about that, but sex is a major weapon of seduction. And we know that she'll have used plenty of spicy poontang to ensnare Prince Harry. His comments about she's so hot, when his friends were telling him that she's a bit of a nutter, and that she will let you do anything, clearly shows that he's often been thinking with little Harry. It therefore is clear that someone such as her as a somatic narcissist had no difficulty in regularly putting out, which of course segues neatly with what a yacht girl has to do. She's a moral-free zone, lacking a concept of guilt, shame, or conscience. She has think nothing of involving herself in such activities. Her narcissism would cause her to validate it by explaining that it was her body and she can do with it as she pleases. It naturally enables her to control those around her, draw fuel from them. But the most important aspect of it to her would be the opportunity to plug into connections, the powerful and the rich that she's fraternizing with, and, of course, lay her hands on that all-important money. Accordingly, a somatic narcissist, such as the type of Harry's wife, would very much be drawn to such an environment. She works, or at least worked, in the entertainment industry as an actress, which is a fertile breeding ground for yacht girls, as I've explained by reference to the earlier articles. Accordingly, this creates very much a backdrop that she was likely to have been involved in yachting activity by virtue of the similarities between what she does and those that were involved in it, and also that her narcissism would have no difficulty whatsoever, and indeed would want her to engage in such activity because of the rewards that it would provide. Having set that scene and teeing up the scenario very nicely, we will now examine in part 2 the evidence that exists that may well support the fact that she was indeed a yacht girl. Join me there.